Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another Livestream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a great weekend and that you're finding things to do while you're self-isolating wherever you are. Thank you everybody for joining in so early with the live stream and being part of that early crew before we even start. So let's get you guys up on screen, because in the chat room we've already got Renee, Glam Gal, Paula, Vince, Guitar Fan, Lisa, Linda, Renee, Jeff, Kevin, Vince, Kathy's in the house as well, Lucy, David, and Vince again, and Renee again, and Bella, and Carl, and Laura's in the house as well. Reb, hello guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And whenever I do these call outs in the chat room, especially at the beginning, it's a bit difficult to keep track of all the names because they start moving really quickly. But thank you for joining me tonight. And without further ado, let me get the names up on screen who make this possible to live stream, but also all of the videos possible on this channel. So here are my patrons, and thank you for your support. You know who you are. And I just want to say as well that fingers crossed the internet is going to work, because it has been a bit hit and miss over the last few weeks, and I've kept the settings on the same detail, or the same pixels as they're called. Normally it's HD, but it should be half that. Hopefully it's okay for you guys and that you can see me and hear me. It seems like everything's okay at the moment, but I'm always waiting for this little red light to go off to say that it's all gone wrong, but we'll see how we get on. Also, thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up button in the pre-live stream in the waiting room, and if you want to hit that thumbs up button yourself, you can do, because the thumbs up button is now open, so you guys can click it. It's always open, even if you're watching this before, during, or after the stream, so it really does help the channel to get out there a little bit more. So thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up. We have had a bit of action, I can see, in the super chat window, and some early donations here. Thank you so much. It is Sandy in there who has donated $10. Thank you for that, Sandy. The message is, I screenshot when my name appears in the Patreon crawl and then put it on my Instagram story. People think I'm famous. Laugh out loud. So thank you for that, Sandy. And you are famous, because this is going out to a few people. At least I think we're all famous in this community, because we all know each other, which is absolutely great, and we're all on first name terms here. So thank you, Sandy, for that donation. And Carla has jumped in as well. Thank you for this, Carla. The donation is $4.99, and that's just a straight up donation. And interestingly, Carla's suggestion or request over on Patreon will be the first video that we're going to play tonight, and that is going to be the live version I've gone for. The song is Haunted, and sometimes I play the video that's got the lyrics on screen, but we'll go for the live streamed version tonight. And thank you for those 2 donations in the super chat window already. So we are getting a few more people through the doors. So hello everyone, there's lots and lots of hands and thumbs up and all that kind of stuff going off. So thank you everyone. Susan and Dennis are in the house as well, and Mary's in there. Hello guys. And KADJ I haven't seen, and now I have seen Batfink Reynolds in the house again tonight. So hello guys, thank you for joining me. We're going to jump into this live version of my song called Haunted. This is available on my album called Persistence, but I'll probably mention that after the video as well. And thank you again, Carla, for requesting this. As always, I'm going to be in the chat room while this is playing. Just quickly before we get into the video, Natural Pro 2003, that's Orlando, has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, thank you for your analysis of Bill Withers, and it's absolutely no problem. Thank you guys for messaging me and for requesting a video, because it's something that I think is difficult to do sometimes, but it's something that a lot of people want, not only to have a video on him, but it does help of the younger generation who might not hear about him or hear the news, and also might not know that he wrote these songs. So it's also a good way to not only highlight some of the songs that he wrote and him performing live, but also just spread the word out a little bit as well, and also just for people to know how talented this guy was, not only as a performer, a singer, songwriter as well. I always say songwriting is the hardest part, and he absolutely nailed that down. So absolutely no problem, Orlando. And Marilyn has just jumped in with a $5 donation as well. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil, hope you are well. If you had the means to do so, what other equipment would you get for your studio? And there's a little emoticon with a person with their hands up, but thank you for that, Marilyn. I think with the studio setup I've got at the moment, pretty much everything is as I want it because of you guys and your support. It's something that before, especially for the live streaming, my internet wasn't that reliable. But then having said that, even though I've got the top package now from Virgin Media, which is the company that it's called over here, it's still a bit unreliable at the moment. I think some of that is in part due to the coronavirus and everybody staying at home, but we were having problems before that with live streaming. So fingers crossed it's going to be more reliable. So I was able to sort all of that stuff out, and equipment wise, I was able to upgrade my equipment so that everything now worked with the current interface and operating system of the Mac that I've got. So that's all good. And just thinking about, I mean, ideally, what I need to try and find is an interface that does what this interface does, but is a little bit more reliable with the mic setup, because sometimes it crackles and pops and things like that. And I think it's just the USB connection, and I've tried so many other interfaces to try and get them to work, but this is the only one that reliably does work, but occasionally goes a little bit wrong. So it's reliable maybe 80% of the time, which is fine for me. For example, today setting up the live stream, and I always am rushing to set it all up because we've got more mugshots, by the way, coming up later in the show, and that's what I was rushing around, getting them uploaded to the software. But I had to disconnect and reconnect the mic 3 times, which means I have to stop everything, close everything down, start up the computer again to get rid of this clipping or clicking. It's not a clip. If it was just clipping, it'll be fine because that's just an audio issue, whereas this is a hardware issue of just clicks and pops happening for no reason. But anyway, so sorry about that long answer, very long answer for Marilyn, but thank you for that donation. And the short answer is, everything is pretty much okay. I need somebody to design another interface that's more reliable than the one that I've got, but I've tried lots of other ones that haven't worked, unfortunately. But also, Laura's in the house, as I mentioned, and she has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, having iced tea with lemon while enjoying live stream. Have you ever had iced tea? I hear that Brits don't like ice in their drinks. And the only iced tea that I've had is called Lipton iced tea, which comes in a bottle and you go and buy it at the shops. I think originally we had it once when we were on holiday and they didn't do it in the UK, or at least we couldn't find it. But then more recently, they've started doing it. So that kind of lemon tea is fine. And yes, having ice in that is fine as well. I think also what they do is just pack loads of sugar in. So that's why it tastes so nice. But in terms of normal tea and drinking that cold, sometimes when I'm doing something and I get engrossed in it and I do have a hot cup of tea, when I next drink it, it is cold and I'll still drink it. I don't really mind cold tea. So yes, I don't really mind, but the Lipton iced tea is something that I do like, but try to not have too much of because of the amount of sugar in there. But anyway, thank you for that, Laura, and we will be getting into this video very soon. But John has just donated $2. Thank you for that. And John says, Phil, you should teach musical history. So thank you for that, John, and thank you for the kind words. I don't think history is something that I'm particularly that good on. I'm just maybe okay at remembering just random facts and things, and yeah, especially with the analysis videos. I do quite a lot of research as well, so some of those things do stick in my head at some times. So yes, but the whole history of music, that is a very, very long video or live stream. But John, thank you for that donation. Let's get into this. This is my song called Haunted, the live version of it. I'm going to be in the chat room while this plays, and this was requested by Carla over on Patreon, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
1, 2, 3, 4.
we have it. That was my song called Haunted, the live version of it, obviously, and that was requested by Carla over on Patreon. Thank you for that, Carla. And if you want to get your hands on the album that is from, you can do in a digital sense to download at the moment because of the virus and me not being able to get out and send it, and that is wingsofpegasus.com, which is the place that you can go to in order to get your hands on that album, but you can download individual tracks there as well. And if you do buy a physical version of the album, of course I'll send that out as soon as possible, and you do get a download link as well with that order, so you'll be able to start listening to it straight away. But we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, and Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, have you seen the Wrecking Crew documentary on Netflix? So thank you for that, Lisa. And I didn't know that it was on Netflix, and I've seen, I think, probably the whole documentary in bits because I've never sat down and watched it the whole way through. So there might be little sections that I'm missing out that I haven't seen. So I'll have a little search for that on Netflix because that's something that I do subscribe to. So thank you for that, Lisa, for the heads up as well and for the donation. And Ian has donated $125. Thank you so much for that, Ian. And the message is for getting to 125,000 subscribers. So thank you, Ian. Thank you also, everybody in the chat room tonight. And if you're watching this in the future, thank you for watching the videos and for hitting the thumbs up button as well, and for hitting that subscribe button, because it really does make it a crazy number with the amount of people that are clicking that subscribe button. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Ian, for the crazy donation, but massively appreciated. And if people want to check out Ian's version of Don't Cry that he did, that will be on his YouTube channel, and maybe Ian can link people to that in the chat room just to direct people over there, because it's definitely worth your viewing time. But also Ian is working on other songs as well, so definitely keep up to date with what Ian's up to. So thank you for that donation. And Greg has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. The message is, love your work, musician / recording artist here under another moniker. Who loves the detailed analysis? I read that as a question. Who loves the detailed analysis as it helps in production? Perhaps you'll do a Gino Vanelli tune someday. Stay safe, my friend. So thank you for that, Greg. And yes, Gino will be added to the list, and that will come up in the future. And I'm glad that it might help with your production, the whole thing in the analysis videos. Sometimes I do go in that direction with the analysis videos. I tend not to unless there is something specifically that they're doing that is clever or interesting from that production side of things, sometimes playing with live elements and then recorded elements as well and piecing those things together. But thank you, Greg, for that. We've had another donation, and this is Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Thank you for joining me tonight. And this is a donation of $20. And the message is for a birthday pizza. Cheers, mate, with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Kevin. And everybody knows that on my birthday, I will now be eating pizza. So if I look a little bit fuller in the face, then that's why. I'm not even sure when my birthday is, when the date's going to be, which day it is. I don't know if it's going to be by next Tuesday or not, but I guess I'll find out. So maybe I'll be a little bit rounder in the face next Tuesday from lots of pizza. But thank you, Kevin, for that donation. And Carl has donated again, and we all know what this is for, and it's $5. Thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, hi Phil, stay safe for the Cross the Pond Fund when it's safe to do so. Rock. So thank you for that, Carl. And Yoda is in the house as well and has donated $20. And thank you, Yoda, for joining us tonight. And Darth Vader was in the That's Metal to My Ears video. So we've almost got the full house. Thank you so much. And this is a $20 donation. The message is, love you, Phil. Happy birthday. So thank you for the birthday wishes. And like I said, I'm not sure whether I'll have another live stream before my birthday, but I don't know when it is. It's on the 12th of April. I don't know which day that is. It's the 7th today, is it? 7th. Actually, it's the 8th here. So 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 4 days. And we're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Aha, so we will have another live stream before my birthday. Actually, we'll go into my birthday live. That'll be interesting. But anyway, that'll be on Saturday night. I also do a live stream there if you're watching this for the first time. So thank you, everybody, for joining me in the live chat room. I'm going to give some shout outs here. We've got Mrs. Duth 1943, and the message with that was your birthday is Easter Sunday, Phil. So thank you so much for that. I'm on the exact Easter Sunday. Who would have thunk it? But thank you for that. And Mark's in the house, and Guitar Fan, KADJ, Lynn, Tara, Robin, Darla, Gregory, Marilyn, Barbara, Linda, Teresa, and Laura again, Alexi as well. Hello, guys, and Path. So thank you. And the message is, okay, I'm back. Are we best friends yet, Phil? So everybody is best friends on these live streams and on the channel as a whole. So we are all best friends here. Don't worry about that. While I'm saying that, thank you to the moderators as well, just for keeping everything under control, because I'm sure as we continue, there's going to be some people that come along who aren't our best friends, but we can just do our best to try and avoid those people who have got too much time on their hands to check out channels and spend a lot of time on channels that they don't like. But anyway, thank you so much for the donations in the super chat window, because we have had a few more, and Orlando's donated $2 again. Thank you for that. The message is, which bands do you draw your influence? ? And these pretty much are hard rock bands of the 80s. So probably quite a lot of Winger, a bit of Mr. Mister in there as well, a band from my childhood. A lot of bands, I think, who were in the mainstream and made pop music. I kind of have a bit of a pop rock sound to my sound or to my writing, but you know, bands like especially Van Halen with his tapping. I first started listening to Hendrix, so there's probably a tiny bit of that in there, but mostly 80s rock guitarists. Red Beach, if any of you guys know who he is, from Winger. And yes, Whitesnake as well. So many 80s bands, it all comes from there really, but I try not to just specifically copy one exact band and try and do my own version of myself, because that's the only way to do it. But thank you so much for that, Orlando. And Harlot has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is, my husband plays black metal and death metal. It's killing my ears. So thank you for that donation, Harlot. And you'll just have to maybe ask him to play with headphones on or keep it down a little bit, because any type of music, if you just turn it down a bit, it's all right. You know, it's just what you're into and what you're not into. But yes, certainly there is some serious technique in black metal and death metal. There's a lot of technique that flies under the radar with the heavier genres. But thank you for that donation, Harlot. And Marge has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Marge. Thank you for joining me. And Lynn's in the house tonight as well and has donated $50. Thank you for that, Lynn. The message is, we will help usher in your new year. We're all happy you were born exactly when you were, so you're exactly who you are. So thank you for that, Lynn. And yes, I was born when I was, and thankfully all you guys were as well. So it means that we can all be here at the same time. So thank you for that donation, Lynn. And Lucy is in the house as well and has donated $19.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, with Carl for the Cross the Pond Fund, actually split this and use half for birthday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane, with some rock horns, a heart, and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And yeah, I think now the pizza order's getting larger and larger. I'm going to be adding on some side orders as well, maybe. Hopefully I'll just be able to control myself. But thank you, Lucy, for that donation. And also we have Deb in the house and a $4.99 donation. Thank you so much for that. Poet's Dreams. also known as. The message is happy early birthday Phil with a heart, so thank you for that. I will be having a live stream on Saturday, so you guys might have to just repeat yourselves all over again, or unless you won't make it on Saturday, in which case thank you for these happy birthday wishes. And Patrick has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Patrick. The message is happy birthday, so 80s huh. Okay, outfield, cutting crew, or night ranger is the best with a smiley face. And that is a no comment, or more accurately, probably it's impossible to choose one band over another band, because one band does something so well and then another band does something so well. And this is the reason why I never do a top 10 or top 50 list of guitarists, because ranking them and ranking bands for me is impossible to do, because they each have their own unique qualities, which is what it's all about. But thank you, Patrick, for that donation. And I have done a cutting crew cover, so they're probably the ones that are focused on mostly on this channel, but you can draw from that what you will. But thank you, Patrick, for that. Carla has donated again. Thank you, Carla. $4.99 is the donation, and the message is, we'll actually be with you live when you turn 37 Saturday night. So thank you for that, Carla, and that is it. That's gonna be what's gonna happen. I will be literally 27 minutes older at this time on Saturday night, so hopefully you guys can join me then as well. But if you can't, it's no biggie, we can just do the same thing next Tuesday. I'll just be looking a lot older than normal. But thank you for that, Carla. We are going to be getting into the next request from Patreon, and I'm going to have a little look over on the Patreon page, because I was rushing around and I didn't have time to have a look through what was going on. I just saw these suggestions and uploaded them. So we're going to be taking Kevin's suggestion here for the cover video, and this is one that has been requested quite a few times over the last few weeks. I think I've only ever played this once on the live streams a very long time ago, and it is, just because of the times that we're living in, my cover of All Right Now by Free. So hopefully in the near future things will be all right now for everybody, and we've just got to ride this wave and be as sensible as possible. But this one was a lot of fun to do, and I'm going to be in the chat room as always while this is playing. I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now do you wait or hesitate? Let's move before I raise the fucking rain. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Let me tell you now. I took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shape? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above. Now you're trying to trick me into love. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now.
And there we have it. That was my cover of All Right Now. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I hope everyone is all right now at the moment, at home, just staying safe. And the live stream is the best place, I think, just to self-isolate, and we can get together on Tuesday nights and Saturday nights and just have a chat, see who's in the house, and just have a little bit of social time, because sometimes it is difficult to self-isolate and not really talk to anybody all day. So it's great to just join in with you guys as well with these live streams. So thank you for joining me tonight. And we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, not the All Right Now video window, as this is what can happen, is that when I'm trying to get another screen up on screen, I'm clicking little icons. They're actually not that small. I'm just exaggerating, but it's small enough to accidentally click on the wrong button. So that's what we had there, and fortunately I don't think anybody noticed, so that was great. Anyway, back into the super chat window. We had a donation from Carla, yes, and then Debbie. Thank you for that. And I think I'm just going to go through Debbie's just to make sure that I cover everybody, because I don't want to miss anybody out. But Debbie donated $19.99. Thank you for that. And the message was, "Hey Phil, yes, we will be here on your birthday on Saturday. Yay, you, birthdays are special. Never stop celebrating." So thank you so much for that. We have had a few more donations underneath that. And DataDrone001 has donated $2. Thank you for that. And the message is, "Love the cover." So thank you for the kind words, and I'm glad that you liked it. Also, I keep forgetting to say, if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up on this live stream, it would be massively appreciated. We always aim for 200 likes on these live streams, so we'll see if we can hit that target for this particular live stream Tuesday. So getting into this super chat window again, Bill has donated $10. Thank you for that, Bill. The message is, "Happy early birthday, Phil. Would love an analysis video from country singer Joe Diffie, who died of COVID-19. Rest in peace, Joe." So thank you for that donation, and it is something that unfortunately we're hearing lots of pieces of sad news, but I don't know, it's just something that we're just going to have to accept, that this is such a unique time that I think not any generation in the future will probably have to go through again. I don't know. Well, fingers crossed certainly for that. But thank you for that, and Joe will be added to my analysis video list. So thank you for that donation and also for the request. And yes, very difficult times that we are in at the moment, but thank you, Bill. And there's been another donation, and this is Gunsight Tranch X, and that's Gunsight Ranch TX, Texas. So thank you for that. It's a $20 donation. Thank you. And the message is, "Thanks for being you." And it's the guy looking at the mirror at himself with hearts in his eyes. So thank you for that. When it's all written in one word, trying to see what the username is difficult, and it's Gunsight Ranch, Texas. Thank you for that donation. And here Karen has donated, or GlamGal710, as she is also known, has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, "Hi Phil, thanks for your music, your smile, and for being you. I'll be here for your birthday. Airy soul with a guitar. Cheers, Karen." So thank you for that, Karen, and I will see you on Saturday. And we've had another donation from Kevin that came in underneath that, and that was for $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, "Phil, thanks for playing my request. And you and the bass player twins." Oh, are you and the bass player twins? Laugh out loud with some rock horns. And it would be great to have a twin, because it would lighten my workload by half, which would be great. But yes, in a perfect world, I would have a twin. But then again, what if you don't get on with your twin, and you might want to do a cover of All Right Now, and they want to do a cover of something else, and then you can't agree on what you want to do, and it could be a nightmare. So it might not work out. But maybe a twin who's into exactly the same stuff as I'm into would be great. But thank you for that, Kevin. And we are going to get into, I think, we'll do the mugs. Let me just have a plug of the mug, because here it is. This is the live stream mug. Spike the likes. You can do that. Hit that thumbs up. Why not? It's a great opportunity to do that at 38 minutes into the live stream. But those mugs you can get in the tray underneath this video, and we will be having our mug shots because there are a few that have been added over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. You can head over to that Facebook page, that Facebook group, and Laura will allow you into that, and Vince hosts the after party after this live stream over on Facebook, so you can keep the conversation going over there. So if you want to get your hands on a mug, you can do that, and then you can upload a picture to Facebook, and then I go on that Facebook group and just steal the pictures from there. So that's what I've done before this live stream, and that's why I was rushing around, because I read Laura's message. Thank you for that, Laura, over on Patreon, about 45 minutes before then starting to set everything up, so I had to get them all as pictures, and it's a little bit complicated to get it into the software, but I think, fingers crossed, I've managed it to get the new pictures on here. So we'll have a look at those after the next video. Just quickly before we get into this, it is in the super chat window where we have had a bit more action, and Ola has donated $2.99. Thank you for that. The message is, hey, when will you analyze Firehouse? Would love it. So thank you for that donation. And the way that the requests and suggestions work is I've got a list, quite a long list, of all of the requests that go on that list, and I literally just work my way through it. So any suggestions that you do have get put on the list, and then I don't plan them day by day so that I say, oh, next Wednesday I'll be doing this video. I just run through them, and whichever one turns up, that's the one that turns up. It tends to give it a bit of a random feel on the channel, but I quite like to cover lots of different genres, lots of different players, so I feel like if I just don't mess with the order, it's always going to be random, so you never know what you're going to get, which I think keeps it a little bit more interesting on the channel. But thank you for that donation. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, speaking of twins, are you teaching your nephews how to play guitar? Question mark. So they have been in here a few times just to smack away at the drums. Unfortunately, they're at the age where they're only 5 and 3, and they're getting a little bit older, but you know what it's like with that kind of age. They're more worried about trying to get the pick out of the guitar and turning the machine heads on the headstock, which isn't particularly good for me when I want to keep my guitars in tune. Unfortunately, of course, with everything being self-isolated and us all having to keep our distance, they're over in their town and I'm here in my town, and we haven't been visiting because it's not something that we're allowed to do here. So it's been quite a few weeks since I've seen them, but yes, they do kind of show an interest, I think more for the drums of just hitting stuff. But we will see what happens in the future. At the moment, they're too young really to understand it or get into it or have any concentration on it. I think as long as they're having fun smacking the drums, that's the most important thing. And yeah, don't worry about teaching them so much at that age. But anyway, thank you for that donation, Lisa. And John has donated $5. Thank you for that, John. And the message is, hi Flo. And that's obviously a correction of Phil, and the autocorrect is a nightmare for my name, so apologies for that. But the message is, John from San Diego. We're having London type weather here today. How's the weather in England right now? So at the moment it is quite nice. I think it was maybe about 20 degrees here and it was sunny. I think the problem is that with everybody being told to stay at home, a lot of people don't understand that it means stay at home even if the weather's nice, because people ask questions like, is it okay to go out for a picnic, or is it okay because it's sunny we can go outside and enjoy the weather? It's just stay at home at all costs. So unfortunately, the weather when it is nice outside, it almost gives people another temptation to get outside, and that's not what we all should be doing at the moment, certainly here in the UK. So it is nice outside, but I'm only ever outside in the garden, the small garden, rather than going out into public places. So yes, it is nice here, but the London type weather that you're referring to, maybe in San Diego, is a little bit rainy and gloomy, because that's what it is like here. Most of the time, we do get some nice sunny days now and again, but we're certainly having that at the moment. Thank you for that, John. So we are going to be jumping into the next video, and then we're going to have our mug shots after that. Hopefully that's all going to work. And let me just go back to the Patreon page, because the next video that we're going to have is my video of Unwanted Stranger, and it was suggested over on Patreon, but I've just going through the list of the comments. Thank you everybody for answering the request that I put over on Patreon. I'm just trying to read and go through, because I'm sure Unwanted Stranger was requested at some point, and maybe I've not read it correctly. I'm sure I saw it there somewhere, but this is for whoever requested Unwanted Stranger over on Patreon. And I think I saw it. I can't see it in the comments. It must be in there somewhere. Maybe I'll study this while the video is playing. But also, this is something that on the Plug the Mugs that we're about to look at after this, Ray had the video to this in the background when she took a picture of her with the mug. So maybe that's why I put it in the live stream, but I'm sure I saw it somewhere requested over on Patreon. Anyway, we'll get into this. I'll be in the comment section, the chat room as always, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. You looked me right in the eye, and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake, I worry my brain. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. The night of passion became a nightmare. When the flood arrived, I realized what a fool I've been. You don't even know me, so how could you love me? Let alone care for this unwanted stranger. Forget about the life that I dreamed of. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should've known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
And there we have it. That was my song called Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Again, that's on the album wingsofpegasus.com. You can check that out. And we have had a little bit more action in the super chat window, so thank you so much for this, guys. And let's see, John, we had that last time, so thank you, John. And Lucy has donated $4.99. Again, thank you, Lucy. The message is, I believe some in the chat would love to see your guitars, like a show, and tell about how you obtained them. Thanks, Phil, with a guitar picture there, so thank you for that, Lucy. And it is maybe something that I can do in the future. Obviously, I'd have to get them organised, and it's something that I like the live streams to flow a little bit and not spend too much time getting the leads. If it's caught in the amp and in the guitar, it could be a nightmare. And then knowing me, I'll knock one over and probably smash a guitar, then one will fall off the wall, and then I'll have to come over here and I'll hit the mic, and yeah, I'll have to have them all easily accessible. But it is something that I can do in the future. Maybe I don't want to make it too boring for you guys just going through all my guitars, because there are quite a few of them. But maybe we can do 1 or 2 guitars per live stream. That's a way to work around it. But thank you for the suggestion, Lucy. And we've had a donation from Batfink Reynolds of $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, have you ever had your album played on radio? If not, why not? Incidentally, our pal KADJ was a real DJ in Iowa, USA, as well as producing a major band's album, songwriting, and corporate video. So thank you for that. And this is something that I've mentioned before about Batfink getting together with KADJ. Again, if you guys want the link to the YouTube channel, I'm sure Batfink or Phil can put that, great name, Phil can put that in the chat room for you guys, because he worked together with KADJ on that, doing the video elements. But thank you for that donation. And yes, my songs have been played on the radio. I think probably initially regionally. I think I have made it onto a national station or two, but not something that I really push. When it was played on the radio, it was something that I was actively trying to push out to the radio stations and spent a lot of time in that department. But then I realised actually how it didn't really make any difference being played on the radio, because people wouldn't then go and check it out. They would just keep listening to the radio, and if anything, they now had a copy of it that they could get for free, so there was no incentive to buy it. So I now no longer really push the radio. If anything, I just get my music so under control so that I know where it is all the time. And since then, I now have a publishing company that look after everything, and I don't have the company. It's called TuneCore, and you can go there if you are an independent artist yourself. You just pay them, I think it's like £20 or £30, something like that, a year, and they monitor all of your songs, your whole catalogue, across the internet and across all of radio and TV. So if your songs are being played, you can get the revenue from that, rather than, for example, being played on a radio station that is for unsigned artists, which means that they play your songs and you're not going to get any revenue from that unless you get it followed up by a publishing company who then, say for example the BBC, play that song. And the BBC is a company here, and I have been on there at some point, but years ago when I was pushing it, like I said. But if they play the song, it means that you get a royalty for them playing your song. But if you don't have everything in place, it means that they play the song, and then you would have to go through so many forms and applications and trying to get your royalty for that play on the radio that you'll probably lose your mind trying to keep track on not only that, but keep track on all the other places it might be being played. So anyway, that is my tip. That's who I use, TuneCore. And you can also use them for getting your songs on iTunes, Amazon, anywhere you want to get it. So that's my tip for any independent musicians out there. But thank you so much for that donation, Batfink. And Ray is in the house. Thank you for this donation of $50, Ray. And Ray will be coming up soon on the mug shots that we're going to have. So thank you for this donation, and the message is, thank you for showing Unwanted Stranger. I have been studying this tune a bit. Also, thank you for your analysis video of Carol K. No problem. Thank you for the donation, Ray, and also thank you for checking out Unwanted Stranger. and for studying it as well. And that's another interesting thing I did put on Patreon last night. I didn't realise, but this whole reaction thing on YouTube has been going for many years, and somebody did a reaction video on me and a performance that I did with Sina, who's a female drummer, and yeah, I didn't realise that I have been reacted to before in the past, so it was interesting to see somebody's comments on me and Sina playing. Anyway, thank you so much, Ray. With that mention of Ray's picture, we are going to get into the mug shots, and these are the mugs. You can check this out in the tray underneath the video. Hopefully it is listed under there, because there are t-shirts that you can also get, but the mugs are definitely available there. You might have to move along a little bit to find it, but we are hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be able to see some of these pictures. I'm not sure whether it's going to work or not, because like you saw earlier, if I click on the wrong button, then it's game over. But we will see. First of all, fingers crossed, we're going to be looking at Sandy's picture. And there it is. This is another picture from Sandy, because Sandy also took a picture of the mug on her piano, which I featured on Saturday. So thank you for that, Sandy, for sending another one into that Facebook group. And it looks like things might be slowing down a little bit on the internet, but we're going to battle through it and see what happens. Hopefully you can see all of this. And the next one is from Linda. Thank you for this, Linda. And this was actually a video that I haven't had time to watch yet. I could only grab the image of the video that was on Facebook. So we've not only got the Spike the Likes mug, but we have the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. So thank you so much for that. And Linda getting a t-shirt as well. Massively appreciated for the support on the merchandise side of things as well, but thank you for that. And it looks like I'm getting some red lights going across on the screen, but we're going to just continue. Hopefully this isn't going to cut out. If it does, I apologize. It's just the way the internet is at the moment. We're going to be jumping into Kathy's mug here, and thank you for this, Kathy. And the picture, it's something that happens with me all the time. It's all reversed because you have to use the internal camera to see what you're photographing, as most people say, but why not go for photographing? And you can see that there's some guy on the screen there as well. So thank you for that, Kathy. And now I'm just going to use photographing as a new pronunciation for that word. But we are going to be jumping into this next picture. Hopefully, I don't know if this is still going out. Hopefully, Laurie's just said, I'm still with you. So let's see if we can get through these quickly. Jeannie as well has not only given us the picture, but it's an action shot of the Spike the Likes mug being used. So thank you for that, Jeannie, and for uploading that over on the Facebook page. And again, Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. You can search for that, and Laura will allow you in there, and you can upload your mug pictures for me then to take from Facebook, and then I upload them tonight. So the last one is going to be Ray, who has taken a picture not only of the Spike the Likes mug, but she also has a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt on, and there's some guy in the background saying, come on. So I don't know who that is, but that is, of course, me on the video that we've just watched. So thank you for that, Ray. Thank you everybody for those uploads on Facebook. It does make these live streams a little bit more interesting to see some of you guys up on screen rather than just me and my mug, literally, and my mug of my face up on screen. So thank you guys for those uploads, and also everybody in that chat room tonight. Thank you for joining me and for hitting that thumbs up. If we can get a spike of the likes, that would be massively appreciated. Hopefully, while the upload speed is still okay and that we're working, we might have to rush these thumbs up in towards the end because we might cut off. It's something that is in the lap of the gods, but we will see how we get on. So thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up so far. We'll see if we can get to 200 by the end of this live stream. We have one, maybe two more videos to go. I might try and squeeze in Art Not Commerce, because that is something that Trisha did request last week, and I didn't have a chance to put it in the show at that time. So I think that might have been, last Saturday. So it's only a few days ago, but I'd like to maybe try and include that as well. We are going to be jumping into Hero, and this is going to be my song, the live version of it. And again, I'm going to have to check. I'm sure this again, like I said before, I knew that Unwanted Stranger had been requested, and it was Mary who did request that. So thank you for that, Mary. It just so happened that it said show more comments or load more comments, and I hadn't clicked on that because there were more. It obviously only shows about 10, and I had to go down to see where that suggestion was. So thank you so much for that suggestion, Mary. But let's try and find where Hero is in the comments. I'm sure that I've seen it somewhere, and I'm not sure. I might have to just play the video, and again, I'm going to have to scroll through and try and find it. But thank you everybody for suggesting these songs over on Patreon. Maybe this is one that I have imagined that somebody has requested on Patreon, but we will see. Anyway, I'll study the comments after I've played this. I'll be in the chat room as always. This is my live version of Hero. I'm going to try and get really quickly into this so that I can get another video, the Art Not Commerce video, before the end of the live stream. But we will see how we get on. If you do like this, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. Why not, if you're not so far? Because we have got a great community here, and thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up and subscribing. Let's get into this. It's my song called Hero. I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Hero, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Also, just quickly, we have passed 200 likes, so thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up and hitting our target on this live stream. We've also had a little bit of action in the super chat window, so thank you for this. Linda, a $5 donation. And the message is, no questions today, just a big thank you for the great analysis of Carol K. Wow, she's a beast. So thank you for that, Linda. And yes, she most certainly is. Also considering the fact that people that don't know necessarily a lot about Carol and might just know the name and think that she's a very well-known bassist and played on so many hits, not knowing the beast that she is on the guitar, because some of the techniques she has, it's so funny to watch, because you can imagine young guys that think they're really great at playing and she would just blow them off the stage. So it is great to see the technique that Carol has on the fretboard on that electric guitar. Just the whole thing, if you guys get a chance, it is linked in the video that I did last night in the description. So if you do get a chance, watch that whole interview and some of her playing, because it is so impressive. And that is why everyone went to her in the sessions that they did back in the 60s and the 70s. She was the go-to person. And also a quote from that interview that I loved. She said that if you hear a bass line from the 60s or the 70s that had balls, that was me playing it. So that is exactly what it sounds like. She just had this sound and tone that just made the tracks. Just that rhythm section is always so important, like I said in the video, and she was a massive part of that. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. It was enjoyable and absolutely no problem to do a video on Carol. The more people that know about her, the better. So we are going to be rushing into this final video of the night, even though that normally I know that I only play 3 originals and 1 cover, but it's 1:05 in the morning here, so we're just going to squeeze this one in at the end because it was requested on Saturday by Trisha and I didn't have a chance to play it, unfortunately. And by the way, just mentioning that the request for Hero was on there, so I am not going crazy. And this is the thing that sometimes I do jump into the chat room, as you guys saw, that yes, I'm not going crazy. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Linda, for backing me up there in the chat room as well. I'm not going crazy. These requests are on Patreon, and the request from Trisha that came in on Saturday that I didn't have a chance to play, we are going to be jumping into that video in a second. But just before we do, Michaeline has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is salutations. So thank you for that, Michaeline, for that donation. And also we've had another one that's just come in from Orlando. Again, thank you for this, Natural Pro 2007, who has donated $10. And it is an early birthday gift with some cake and a present. So thank you for that. And there's a question: have you ever analysed Journey with Steve Perry? Steve is my all-time favourite vocalist. So yes, I have. Steve and the gang are there somewhere. So if you type in probably British guitarist analyzes Journey and just put Steve Perry in there as well, and that will definitely come up in the results of that search. And this is the other thing, that if you use the handle of British guitarist analyzes and then put the artist or band that you're not sure whether I've done a video on them or not, then it will show up in the search window or the search results. So it's something that you can use as a handle in that search. So it works as a handle, as a search term, and that's why I include them all the time on the videos, as well as it being true that I am British and I do play the guitar. I am technically a guitarist, but it's very useful for that search bar. But anyway, thank you, Orlando, for that. We are going to be jumping into this final video. It's going to be the live version of Art Not Commerce. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you guys for joining me, and we've still got a little bit of time to hit that thumbs up if you do get a chance, and I'll see you guys after this video. I'll be in the chat room as always, and we are getting towards the end of this live stream. Hopefully it won't cut out, but if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. And there was something else that I was going to mention. I've forgotten what it was. It might have been something to do with the mugs. It was to do with the mugs, about the coronavirus and everything. Don't worry about ordering the mugs because they are distributed from the USA. So some people think that I send out the mugs. I don't. The orders go through if you are in the USA, and if you're in Europe, they are distributed from Europe as well. So depending on where you order them, they will be distributed to you from your country pretty much. So don't worry about me not sending mugs out and having to wait. You can order those and they will be sent off to you even now. So don't worry about that. That's what I was going to mention. So this is my song called Art Not Commerce, the live version of it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock.
Telling me what's right, I'll make my own way.
And there it is. That is my song called Art Not Commerce. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we are going to be calling things to a close here on the live stream. And we haven't had Mario in the chat room tonight because I saw that a lot of people were calling out for Mario. And if you are new to the live streams, whenever Mario's in the house, we always say hello. But maybe Mario will be with us on Saturday. You never know. We will hope that Mario can join us. But thank you everybody for joining me tonight in the live chat room, also in the super chat window as well. Let's just get those ones up on there as well, just to get that on screen. Thank you everybody for the super chat donations and for sticking with me throughout this live stream, and also the requests over on Patreon, giving me these videos to play. And yes, all of the requests that I've played were on Patreon. They were requested, so I'm not going crazy. It's all absolutely fine. And if you do get a mug by the next live stream, take a picture of it, put it up on Facebook, and we'll get that feature going on Saturday as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, also for hitting that thumbs up button. We're going to be calling it a night now for the live stream. As always, I'm going to be back tomorrow night with an analysis video. I'm always in the comment section of the videos on the channel, and if I don't see you in that comment section, I'm going to be live at the same time on Saturday, so you'll be able to tune in whatever the time is now, or whatever the time was an hour and 15 minutes ago. Just be here at the same time on Saturday and you'll catch the live stream as well. If you're not available for that one, I'll be here next week as well. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Carl and Path, or Path, depending on where you're from, KADJ, and Mrs. Duth 1943, Guitar Fan Lisa, Laurie, Susan and Dennis as well, Alexi, Tara, Cheryl, and Ginger Duran in the house as well, Jeff as well. Hello guys, thanks for tuning in, and Ben as well. Vince is going to be hosting the after party over on Facebook, so you can head over there now if you want to continue on the conversation. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, for hitting that thumbs up. You can still hit that thumbs up now, or if you're watching this on playback in the future on demand, then you can also hit the thumbs up there. It really does help the channel to grow. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the analysis video tomorrow night, but I'll see you live on Saturday night as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Stay safe and take care, and just self-isolate yourselves as much as possible. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Rock!